Welcome back to Dime Days. Today we are doing a Christmas countdown and we are so excited as we get closer and closer to Christmas. And in honor of that celebration, today I'm going to show you how to get ready with me for the holidays. So if you're interested in see how I do my holiday look that I'm repping today, keep watching. I can't wait to show you. I already have my face primed and prepped with my foundation and concealer on, and I'm going to show you some eyeliner and eyeshadow tricks that help me get ready and feel beautiful for holiday parties. So keep watching, and I can't wait to show you. My first step is always priming and concealing my face. So I start with my eyes because they're extremely dark. I know this about myself, so I'm always wearing some sort of under eye coverage and concealer. I always go for the dark spots on my face. Recently I had a pretty bad breakout, and so I'm covering some of those acne scars, also with some concealer. I use the brand Beaty brand, and it is fantastic. It's a natural makeup. Actually, the foundation I'm using is also from Rodan Fields. It's their foundation. It's really good to help prevent breakouts. And I really love the color on me. It gives a full coverage and it's a good base to get started for the holiday look that I'm going for. The next step, of course, is to prime my eyelids. So I have this Urban Decay primer, and it helps keep the color that I put on there. So I just rub that all over my eyelids to ensure that the color that I'm going to put there stays there and lasts all day. And I have so many different palettes, it's really hard for me just to choose one. So I'm going to use several of them. The first one I actually got last Christmas as a gift is so cute. And I'm not sure what the color name is called, but it's this one right in the corner here. And I do this to lighten my eyes. So I start in the center and I move it outward. That way it can kind of keep my inner eye crease very light and happy. And as I apply it to both eyes, I try to keep the outside of my eyes a little bit darker to kind of give it a subtle smoky eye look. So again, we're just doing the light colors here and just reapplying that until I feel like it gives me the color that I'm looking for. I grabbed a different size brush, and this time I'm going to go to the same palette and look for a different darker color to kind of shape my eyes with. I do this in the crease of my eyelids, and this really helps bring out my eyes. It's time for a new palette, and this one is absolutely my favorite. It's the Naked 2 palette. I literally love it. And what I'm going for is darker color on this one to also help bring out those definitions in that arch that I'm looking for. I'm applying this one directly to the side of the arch. That way it gives a little more of a dramatic effect. And I'm also going just in the corners of the outside corners of my eyes. That way it gives it a little bit more of a pop. I am going to go back through later and correct these, and I'll show you how I do that. But that is a good start. I try to rub it on both ends, and then I gradually get darker. So I grab a different size brush, a little bit smaller this time, and I'm going to go in with my sparkly eyeshadow and place that there, right there in the middle of my eye, and kind of go where the corners are, just to kind of blend the two different shades, maybe three different shades at this point I have going on. That way it gives it a little bit of sparkle, but like in a subtle way. I'm not a big person for dramatic sparkles, but I do like a little bit of shimmer here and there, so that's why I'm hoping to accomplish with this one. And now on to eyebrows. So I'm going to start by brushing out my brows and making sure that they are all fluffed and ready to go for when I define them. I'm taking my pencil and I'm going directly against the arches. My eyebrows are always a little bit weaker right in the beginning next to my nose. So I try to go in the front there and I try to fill it in a little bit there the most. That way it kind of frames my face better and gives me a little bit more of a longer eye look. And then I brush it out to kind of give it more of a natural look. And I do the same thing to the opposite side. As you'll notice, my eyebrows kind of disappear like right there in the middle and on the top of that arch there. So I try to define both parts enough to where it gives a little more of a pop and it makes it look really natural and pretty. Plus, after wearing so much concealer and foundation, it's easy for your eyebrows to disappear. So always make sure that you get the brows because they are important to framing your face. I go back through and I'm trying to correct where I might have had some mishaps with the concealer and make sure that all looks good. And so far, I'm loving it. And now on to the eyelashes. This mascara was for $5 on Amazon. I literally can't believe it was $5, and it's the best thing I've ever used. It makes my lashes look so long and dramatic. People always ask me if I'm wearing falsies whenever I wear this mascara, and I'm not. These are my natural eyelashes. Just this formula, for whatever reason, makes them pop more. And so I put quite a few coats on there because I am going for a dramatic effect. Like I said, it is for a Christmas party. And so I love being able to get every single lash and making sure that I get the look that I want. Now, sometimes when I do my mascara, I do get a little bit on my eyelid, especially after I prime them like this after the fact. So I like to go through with a Q-tip when I'm done and clean that up. But you can just tell the difference between those two eyelashes. And now I'm going to do the opposite side. Sometimes my contacts get irritated with putting on mascara because they do not like something coming toward the eye. So if you're like that too, let me know in the comments below. But yes, I'm going to just apply different coats and try to make them fanned out and not clumpy. I do not like chunky eyelashes. I want them looking like really long and pretty, and like there you can see each individual lash. So you'll see me several times try to fix them as I go. So now I'm going to grab my concealer again. I'm going to go underneath my dark circles again because when I do my eyeshadow, sometimes the particles from the dark colors, they fall down under my eyes and it makes me look darker. So I'm trying to lighten and lift underneath my eyes so that they look nice and rested, even though that's far from true because I'm a teacher. So I'm going upward in a motion toward the upline. That way, also, it kind of cuts where the corners of my eye are for the eyeshadow and kind of cleans up that area too, like I mentioned earlier. And now I'm just gonna move it all around, make sure that it's nice and blended. I'm getting all the spots on my nose, around my nose, and on my forehead. And that way it looks nice and blended. For this next part, we are so excited because I get to add the eyeliner. This eyeliner I've had forever from L'Oreal. It's fantastic. I know there are so many different tips and techniques for how to do eyeliner, especially when it's liquid, but I like to start at my lash line and go outward. Some people move from the outside in. Personally, it just depends on the eye. As you can see on this eye, I go from the outside in and then I kind of go back up inside out. So it just kind of depends on the day and how confident I'm feeling in my swoop with my eyeliner, but I try not to make it look too dramatic. Remember, I'm going for fun, classy. Then I'm going to grab my other Naked palette. This one's the basic kit. I'm going to go for the darkest color to put right there on that very middle part or that very end part. This helps give it a little bit more of a dramatic effect, and I put it going upward toward my lash or toward my eyeshadow line, and it looks really, really pretty. Kind of gives it the effect of a wing, but without actually having to go all the way out. And I just blend it like that with my fingers just a little bit. That way it looks nice and pretty. This next step is blush, and now I do go a little bit overboard with blush, but it's because my face is completely colorless when I'm wearing this much foundation trying to cover acne scars. And so I'm going to start actually, instead of with the blush, I'm going to start with a little bit of bronzer. This is going to help contour my face a little bit because I do have some big cheeks. So I'm just going to give some little creases on both sides here. They're uneven, of course, so I have to go back through, even them out, and go against my hairline. That way I get some underneath my chin as well to kind of frame my face and show off that jawline a little bit better. And I just try to blend it as best as I can. Now, blending this can be overwhelming, especially because it's a powder and I don't want it to look cakey. But again, I'm going for a party look and not for an everyday look. So no, I do not do this every single day, but this is just for every once in a while when I want to get dressed up and look nice. So I'm trying to blend it in as best as I can. And again, when I do this, sometimes it actually brings out those acne scars, as you can kind of see. So what I'm going to do after this, you'll see I'm going to add more concealer after I do the blush. But the blushing part's important because it's going to bring out those cheekbones that I have. And again, it is super dramatic, but I am gonna blend it in with my powder. And the powder's from Fit, I think it's Maybelline. And I just bring that up. That way it kind of gives some color to my face, some natural hues. And that way it's also covering where I want it to cover and bring out the good parts of my face. I do have big cheeks, so I try not to bring those out as much and try to make my face look as small as possible. But to cover those acne scars that I just brought out again, I again have to conceal. So unfortunately, it does require a lot of makeup on my end, especially when I'm breaking out. But normally when I'm not breaking out this bad, I don't go through all these concealing processes. So again, I'm gonna bring that down a little bit, powder that in, and try to blend as best as possible to kind of give it more of that natural glow look. And I'm kind of covering as I go. And it's turning out pretty nice. I hit a couple of those big spots like usual, trying to blend it all in, make sure it looks nice. So far, so good. Hitting it back again with the powder. The powder kind of seals the whole face, as you can see, and kind of brings it all together. So I'm trying to make sure I get my neck and underneath my chin. That way I don't have any missing spots of color. I'm gonna go back through again and lift my lashes because they are heavy and they're hard to lift. Once I've done that and I'm loving the way it looks, I'm gonna go in for the lips. So I actually have my absolute favorite lipstick. I'm almost out of it. I'm super bummed. But I think it's from Too Faced and it's so adorable. It is a natural looking color. Most people at parties try to go for a bold lip, but I am not one for big bold lips, so I like to go for natural. What I'm gonna do is pick out my favorite pair of earrings from the Clay Brigade. These are super cute holly holiday pair, and they're a perfect accent for my white sweater today. So I picked them out, put them on, and get ready to do my hair because I like to have the finished product as soon as I'm done. Now my hair this is day 2 or day 3 hair. So what I like to do is just pull out of the messy bun that I slept in. I like to kind of brush it down with my fingers and try to puff it down as best as I can. It's kind of like a messy curly or a messy wavy, which is fine. And I try to brush through with my fingers as best I can. But then of course, I'm gonna need some backup. So what I end up doing is I go to get my soft brush. I use this for teasing, but also on days like today, where I have day 2 or day 3 hair and I don't feel like actually taking a brush and brushing through. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me today as I showed you both my hair and my makeup tips for getting ready for holiday parties. I know that it's always fun to kind of get a little behind the scenes look into how we do things. So if you're interested in more videos like this, please give this one a like and subscribe at the bottom. That way we can produce more content for you in the areas that you're interested in. So anyways, I hope you guys have a very great day and have a really good holiday season. Talk to you soon. Bye.